welcome to The Nation. I'm Nadia Abdulatif. Today we'll uncover how Tune Protect is going beyond insurance, shaping a whole new world of travel experiences and protection. With us today, joining this exciting journey is 𝐓𝐇𝐄 Lian, Group Chief Executive Officer of Tune Protect. Welcome to the studio. Selamat
Thank you for having me.
And I hope it's not too late to say Selamat Hari Malaysia.
No, not at all.
Now, it's been an exciting time for Tune Protect. Now, since you've become the group CEO, what has been your main focus in sort of shaping the direction of where Tune Protect's going?
I took on this role last year, second half of last year. I still remember that the first priority that when I first came on board was to refocus back on a more sustainable long-term growth trajectory. Basically, I just introduced three main priorities, I think, to the group. Instead of actually re-strategize, or as maybe many people say, they probably come with new strategies. I feel that our strategies are perfectly fine. It's just that I place slightly different emphasis on three things. The first one is I place a lot more emphasis on ensuring a profitable or healthy growth instead of just any kind of growth that we have to bring into the group. On the second pillars, I emphasize a lot on higher growth targets internationally, beyond Malaysia shores, basically in the regional or international markets that we have been actually fairly active. I think I see a lot of room for us to actually conquer, I think, in some of the markets, I think, to be much better than what we have been doing all this while. And the third pillars, I emphasize also a lot on customer experience in ensuring a sustainable growth and customer journeys. Beyond insurance has been our tagline within the group. We have been every time brainwashing ourselves, our employee, our customers. What beyond insurance really means is to connect back to the customer's journey. Instead of we just selling insurance, we should understand our customers' needs and how do we go beyond insurance to complete the journeys of the customers. Yeah.
That's actually a very important point. When you say beyond insurance and focusing on the customer journey, you said three main things here: healthy growth. You also said higher growth targets internationally, regionally and internationally. And of course, the third one is customer experience. And really, this kind of envelopes the whole entire thing of what you hope to achieve. Now, in the group's strategic direction, under your shifted leadership, are you building upon an existing roadmap? You said that, you heard that things were already good, so now what you're looking at is expansion. Why that shift?
Okay. When I first come aboard, I think there's already been quite strong foundations of the group. That has already been in place. I think we have already have international business which are fairly sizable to us, approximately maybe about 40% of our group's total business, covering about 30 over countries or territories. So when I first came on board, I was basically going through the whole SWOT analysis on groups and where our strength is and where should we amplify our strengths and where should we maybe rectify or address some of our weaknesses. That was where I think we came up with these three strategic focus, ensuring a healthy growth rather than blindly pursuing high growth. Is actually what is sustainable, what is healthy growth that will actually see us through a long period of time as compared to a short period of time of growth, which you probably have to pivot back to very, very quickly because those kind of growth are not sustainable, or perhaps it actually come with certain costs in running those businesses. And the second journey, of course, the international market is actually so huge. Malaysia is still relatively a smaller country, I think, in the scheme of things, I think, within the world. With the coverage of 30 countries, and I think in the last quarter we already achieved 34 countries or territories, you can imagine how wide I think the potential is. We could be number one in travel insurance in Malaysia, but what if we can be number one in travel insurance in 34 different countries or territory? The potential that we can achieve is actually more than 100x growth. That is basically what we should be looking at.
Definitely when it's homegrown. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the countries that you're in? You said 34 now. So what are some of the countries that we're in?
We basically cover anywhere from Japan, I think, to the west of, like, of course, we cover South Asia, we cover Middle Easterns like Egypt, the latest continent that we venture into. This year was like, for example, Kenya, Uzbekistan, I think in last quarters as well. We also opened up Sri Lanka and Pakistan, I think, over the last 2 quarters.
That's quite, very varied geographical growth. You talk about Kenya on the one hand, Uzbekistan on the other. So definitely covering the globe, and better still if it's homegrown. Now, you spoke about beyond insurance. I want to drill that down a little further. What do you mean by beyond insurance, and what does this mean in your vision as a CEO?
Beyond insurance, when we first introduced this concept, what we meant was pretty much to help our own employees to connect and understand better of the customer's needs and the customer experience. Insurance was never a standalone thing. Like you won't buy insurance for the sake of buying insurance. It's likely because you have just recently purchased something, you purchased an air ticket, you bought a house, you bought a car, that is actually triggered the needs for insurance. So it's very important. In order to connect emotionally with our customers, we need to understand the journey that they're going through in these activities, not about buying insurance, but in traveling, for example. So to understand from the point when they do their bookings, if let's say there's a flight delay, what they would have been going through, and how can we make this journey and experience a more seamless and painless for any unforeseen circumstances. I think with that, we introduced, for example, last year we introduced flight delay insurance with premium launch access. So when the flights are delayed, you can enjoy the launch facilities for free. That's covered with your insurance coverage. Right. On top of, I think, of course, like any other insurance, you can file claims with us, and then we can actually pay claims. But those does not really ease the whole journey and the experience that you're having. Yeah, because those are all after the event, probably like a couple of weeks later.
Right, so after the fact that your flight was delayed. Now, we're going to go for a quick break, but when I come back, I do want to ask you a little bit more about the financials of TUN Protect. Where are you heading, and what are some of the strategies that you have? So stay tuned.
Thank you.
Flight delays stressing you out during your trip? No stress, just rest with AirAsia Travel Insurance Delay Lounge Pass. When booking your flight, just click to add the Value Pack or Premium Flex. It includes travel insurance, the Delay Lounge Pass, and more. Once confirmed, you'll receive an email notification. Just register to redeem your Delay Lounge Pass, and voila, you're covered. Travel stress-free today with AirAsia Travel Insurance powered by TUN Protect.
Thank you for staying with us. We're talking to 𝐓𝐇𝐄 Lian, Group Chief Executive Officer of TUN Protect. Earlier on, he was talking about the reinvigoration of the strategy for TUN Protect, as well as the 3 pillars of where they're heading in the coming years. Now, I want to drill down on the finances and how the group is actually doing. We know that the group recently announced the second quarter of 2025 results. Congratulations. TUN Protect reported over 100% year-on-year profit growth for the second quarter of 2025. And we know that this has been a strong rebound in terms of profit. Of course, net insurance services also has improved in terms of results, and insurance revenue has also seen some fluctuations, but year on year we're talking about a steady growth and something that's very exciting to see. So what has been the key driver behind the performance of TUN Protect?
Okay, thank you. Going back to the 3 strategic focus that I shared just now. So we started to see some results, I think, since we embarked on this journey second half of last year. For example, in the first pillars, when we talk about emphasis on healthy growth, profitable growth, and sustainable growth, we are proud to actually share that we have achieved a year-on-year improvement of about 20% in our claims ratio to insurance persons. Claims, I think, means quite a lot in terms of what kind of business actually, how do we reduce abuses, and how do we actually manage our claims in such a way that will allow us to give a win-win situation to both the insurers as well as the insured. Yeah. So that actually given us about a 20% year-on-year improvement. On our second pillars, when we talk about emphasizing on international business growth, that's predominantly, I think, very closely related to that is to do with travel business.
Yes.
And I'm also happy to also report that travel business recorded about 37.5% year-on-year growth compared to second quarter 2024. That was quite an achievement, I think, of 37.5% improvement, I think, year-on-year. Whereas on our last pillars, we have also launched, I think, the delay launch pass, I think, as I mentioned. And also glad that we seems to start feeling that the change in the whole approach of the company's employees actually towards beyond insurance. I think over the first half of the year, we have recorded almost like close to 2 million additional incomes by introducing premium launch pass to the customers as an incremental benefit. We have also created an ancillary income to ourselves that over the maybe like first half of the year, I think it generated another 2 millions to our profitabilities. Yeah, as well as technology fees. As we venture into overseas, our partners, more and more of our partners basically appreciate this kind of approach where an insurance brought together with non-insurance services to complete the customer journeys. By doing this via a single API to our partners, we are also able to command a technology fee from other insurance partners, I think, globally in our overseas country. And that also, again, it actually just keep adding on to our ancillary incomes a little bit more, I think also equivalent to approximately 2 million, I think, in the first half of this year.
I think the fact that you've mentioned how we balance between insurance and non-insurance combined is definitely what we're seeing here. Are the employees receptive? Because very often when we talk about, you know, driving change as a CEO, your employees will probably be your closest brand ambassadors. Yeah. Have they felt like this is really something that they are rallying towards?
Yes. I think that's actually something that I'm quite proud of. But having said so, it's not, I don't think it's the entire organization. I think how we have actually approached this was setting up basically ring-fence small teams to spearhead the change.
Right.
We started with what we call a travel task force that actually specializes in travel end-to-end customer journeys. And we have now actually expanded it to a model task force as well as foreign workers medical insurance task force. So with these task forces, it actually helped to amplify this change actually across the organizations, to think customer first and customer journey beyond just selling insurance products. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, travel has clearly become the core growth of the engine of the group. So what do you believe is really driving this momentum? What sort of changes are you seeing that's driving this momentum?
Say, for example, I'll give you a few examples on our Q2 results. Q2 results, I think, to a large extent, it was driven by a few main factors. I think one of the most significant factors is the improvement in what we call a take-up rate. So previously, say, we sell through our partners. Our take-up rate, basically, we have seen a 43% improvement in take-up rate through our partners' platforms. How, by putting ourselves in the customer's shoe, we can then visualize how the whole purchase journey online is like. So what kind of insurance, it may not be one insurance product that one size that fits all. Yeah. So when we push the first product, we realize that there are no take-up. We will use a second attempt basically on a different kind of product, different kind of angle, which can be more affordable, which can be more, I think, bundled with more non-insurance products. With that, actually, we see a 43% year-on-year improvement in take-up rate.
So that adaptability is important in how you actually kind of keep agile and meeting the needs of what the consumers are actually wanting. And you've said a lot about listening to really what the consumer journey is going to be like and what the consumer experience that you want to achieve. Now, what are some of the new solutions that you are introducing? I'm sure there are several exciting things coming up, so share.
We are working on, I think, a few new additions for everyone traveling. So I think by air especially, there will be airport transfer. We are actually working on this airport transfers bundling or opt-in because of the volume that basically we can command a higher discount. We are also looking at passing on this actually benefits actually to our customers. In our coming, I think, months, hopefully that the free travel eSIMs campaigns is something that we can also be launching out. That we are also looking at how do we encourage people to stay connected. And when they stay connected, you also help us to understand where they are and be able to push out certain things through our benefits, like, for example, a premium launch access. It requires us to push out QR codes to you. And if you stay connected, you will be able to enjoy some of these benefits, I think, which is a win-win situation for both. And how we manage to offer this is via our volume discounts. I think that we can secure it from the supplier at a much more attractive prices that will not be, that we are seeing is not going to burden our customers. I think even by taking up some of these things, because it's just like less than $1 kind of products that we are talking about.
Right, and you said earlier about this new product of, for example, the delay lounge pass that you've got now, and there's been quite a good uptake in that. Could you explain a little bit about what this delay lounge pass is and how this look like for Trim Protect?
So I think a lot of distribution we distribute through our various partners channels. So Delay Launch Pass, for example, is actually one of the additional benefits that we bundle into our insurance products. When your flights are delayed and it meets certain conditions, what you will receive is actually a QR code that will be pushed to your email, especially to your phones, to allow you to actually use that to gain access to the premium lounge while waiting for your flight. So, and these are all fully paid for, and you do not need to pay for a single cent. Yeah. So,
Please continue.
Yeah. So that gives you actually the comfort and actually an experience while you're traveling, rather than you're stuck at the airport. I think over like 4 or 5 hours is definitely not something that everyone enjoy doing. Yeah.
We've seen quite a lot of that. It's a very terminal situation where you're stuck, right? But in terms of customer psyche, have you seen that there's been maybe a shift in the way people are more open to understanding that protection while travel and travel insurance is actually important? Because very often I know that when people buying flights, they're like, okay, click X for do you need extra protection? But do you see that the market's changing now?
Yeah, I think so. But it's actually changing to a different directions. I think people appreciate convenience a lot more. Say, for example, I think when they see others basically can enjoy the launch facility, they started to trigger them. Okay, if I would have bought this, I think I would have enjoyed, that facility. Yeah. We also offer a lot more options to our partners. Our partners are people like maybe, it could be AirAsia, it could be Air Arabia, for example, that we can offer you a cashless solution. So when you are admitted overseas, you don't have to fork out cash and claims later. We can actually be cashless to you. But of course, I think it all depends on our partners, what kind of products that they will actually want to push it out to their customers. Yeah. So cashless, for example, we also offer instant notifications. We can notify you when you're entitled to claim for certain things. That's an option of the service. That can also be extended to our customers as well. Yeah.
And I can imagine how accessible that is, especially when you are in a fix or in a situation where you need that assistance, and that accessibility actually helps a great deal. Now, I know I want to ask you more questions, but we're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, let's talk to Tune Protect's growth plans. So stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. We are talking about Tune Protect and how it is reshaping the future of travel. Earlier, I believe we saw the Delay Lounge Pass. That was actually a really interesting video about how to protect yourself. Otherwise, you'll be repeating the same problems over and over again. But I can imagine and I can identify with when you're in a hurry, and that's exactly when everything goes wrong, right? Now, we are talking about markets, and we want to talk about where you plan to be. You said that you're now in 34 countries and territories, and you're going to grow even more. So which markets are you currently active in? And you said earlier from Uzbekistan and Kenya and all that, but what country would you say would be the most active at the moment? And are there any priority markets that you're eyeing in the next stage?
Okay, a big segment of our business, or travel business especially, are actually B2B2C. So we actually work behind the scenes supporting our business partners. Our business partners are companies like, for example, they can be Trip.com, they can be 𝐓𝐇𝐄, they can be AirAsia, Air Arabia, WestJet, etc. So pretty much, I think our philosophy is we support our partners wherever they go.
Right.
And I do observe a trend of the partners. They are actually venturing more and more into emerging markets. Market actually with increasing digital adoptions, that because their distribution channels are pretty much digital driven.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, and nowadays I think people buy from Trip.com, for example, and may not realize that actually when they purchase Trip.com for Indonesians,
they're actually buying from you.
Yes, indirectly from us. Yeah, and 𝐓𝐇𝐄 is perhaps in Thailand is actually from us as well. We are supporting them.
Wonderful. Now, Tune Protect has expanded to, we know now, over 30 countries with that strong B2B2C focus, as you mentioned. How has partnerships, particularly in the last few years with, you said airlines, travel agents, you said online travel agencies like OTAs, have helped drive this momentum? Because you did say that you're going together with your partners in countries where digital adoption is on the rise. But what else is there that perhaps is driving this momentum?
I guess partnerships is actually very crucial. So fundamentally, we've gone through the phases of like first we activated with our partners, and we start gaining their trust, and they basically started to work with us rather than actually seeing us as a supplier. So what is the difference is that working with us means that we jointly carve out the purchase journey on their platforms. what kind of basically how do we arrange our products in terms of UI UX that will encourage a higher take-up. And they've gone through the whole journey with us to improve the whole take-up rate. We also go through our partners. They have actually brought us to many other countries where they also sell through travel agencies. And today, I'm also glad to share that travel agency channel make up almost like 25% of our total travel businesses. We have about 1,500 travel agents signed up with us on our platforms, I think in the Middle East region. And we have actually brought these models in the Middle East into Malaysia and Thailand towards, I think, the second half of last year. And also happy to share that as of today, I think we have 350 travel agents in Malaysia that have recently signed up with us, I think since last year. So these are going to expand our coverage deeper and deeper into the journey of our customers. Not all customers will purchase basically via online. Some customers still prefer to buy through the travel agents.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is also where whatever the travel agents offer, some of it are also offer the Tune Protect products, which we differentiate ourselves through Delay Launch Pass. And hopefully, I think when we were to launch the next journey together will be on e-travel SIM cards that will be then come as a complementary maybe to some of the customers. So when you travel, you purchase certain tour packages, it actually helps you to not only cover you for the unforeseen events, it also actually help you to stay connected because you do have these free eSIMs, I think, that come in the package. Yeah.
And so what do you think would be your outlook for 2025 or moving forward, or the rest of 2025?
So far, I'm still quite optimistic. I would say that I think touch wood, okay, being in an insurance, yeah. Whatever we are seeing, the improvement in our claims experience, we expect the trends to, so far we're still seeing an improving trend. I think we expect the trend to continue. The growth, I think, as I mentioned just now, our international business grew by about 37.5% year on year in Q2. We do expect basically that the amount, I think, to sustain or even bring us to a greater height because of towards the year end, especially Q4 is always a travel peak season. Yeah, that we expect to even achieve even higher growth, I think, towards the end of the year. So, of course, barring any unforeseen circumstances like Donald Trump's, I think, tariff, etc., that is a bit unforeseen. Yeah.
Barring global uncertainties, understood.
Yeah.
Okay, so in one sentence, what would be the thing that people must know if they are looking at partnering with Tune Protect? You said that we've got over 1,500 partners, etc. Now, if they want to know more about Tune Protect, if they want to know where to go or how to partner with you, where do they find you?
I would say the easiest way is go to www.tuneprotect.com. I think leave us your contact. I think sign up for new partnership with us. I think we have someone to get in touch with you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Hao. That was really lovely talking to you. Now, from eSIM cards all the way to Delay Launch Pass, you've got me thinking about some of the things that I think we should be doing better, especially when we're traveling. So with that, we conclude today's discussion on how Tune Protect is reshaping the future of travel, moving far beyond traditional insurance, and now to create a more inclusive and a more assisting environment for smarter, safer, and more meaningful journeys for travelers everywhere. Now, to know more on Tune Protect, of course, go to www.tuneprotect.com. I'm Nadia Blatif. Thank you for watching. And when you travel, be sure to make friends with Tune Protect, your trusted choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia.